Hello, Amanda. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How are you today? So, I don't think I've done a reading for you before, so I like to explain to my first timers that I see, hear, feel, sense, know. So, they talk to me, but they also show me pictures. And a lot of it's showing pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I need to describe the picture to you because there's always a reason for it. Anything they say or show, they never waste their energy. They don't waste the message. So there's always a reason. Even if you don't understand it now, you will remember it later, you'll see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you. So this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. They only tell me enough. They don't tell all the details and everything usually. They just tell me enough so you understand what they're talking about because it's nobody else's business. It's not my business. And I'm just their voice right now. So they just get enough across so you understand what they are talking about. What else? I stink at names, so if I say the name John or something like that, it'll be at least a male with a J or a J-O name. And I think that's it. So we're going to talk to your dad today. And he's working in. He's got a guitar, but it's on his back. He's not playing it. He's got a strap on it, and as he's walking, it's on his back. I don't know if he played a guitar or if he just. He said he wasn't good at it, but he did try. He tried picking at it. He's walking closer, but he's not saying anything. He said, "What's up, peace?" Okay, so he's showing himself plopping down on a couch, and he's not sitting square on. I don't know if this makes any difference. He's not sitting square on, but he's sitting more cockeyed, and he's putting his feet up on the coffee table, but he's not sitting straight. He's sitting cattywampus kind of, and he's kicked back. He's smoking something. Okay. He's showing sandals on his feet. Now, I will say my readings everything will not be validation. They'll give me at least two or three things so you know that it's them, and then the rest of it will be them saying what they want to say. It's their time. I let them run the show. They show us what we need to know. He says he was kind of lazy. He says I wanted to be a musician. Just never could get the right gig. That's my excuse. He's he's talking about, okay, see, how do we put this? Like maybe there was a little bit of a disconnect between you two, like he wasn't around, like he really He says he didn't feel like he did the father thing well. He didn't feel he did, okay, that's better. He says he didn't feel like he stepped up to the plate. He says he feels like he was kind of selfish. That he didn't spend enough time with you. He's showing me a car in the driveway, but I can't quite see it. And I never know the importance of what they show. It's up to them. He's showing me looking out the front window, and I can see part of a car, but for some reason I'm drawn to this car, and I don't know why. And I don't know whose house he's at, but it's like the couch is in front of the front window. And as I look out the front window, the driveway is over to the right, and it feels like there's a garage there. I see a mailbox. I can see a house across the street. I don't know where he's going with this. Okay. And if he's not going to tell me, we need to switch. He says he didn't, he says he had low self-esteem. He didn't think a lot of himself. Maybe others didn't know that. Maybe he didn't show that. I have a feeling people knew. He says you have a lot of that. He says you can't let that eat you up. You have to learn how to be better and overcome it. You don't want to be like me. I want better for you. You need to be better than me. He says that won't take much. There you go back to that low self-esteem. He says he's not showing me how he passed, but they don't show that a lot anymore because I saw some horrific ones for a while, and then I kind of went, I really don't want to see this anymore. So it's not very often that they literally show me how they passed. But he said it was his own fault. Nobody's fault but my own. That it was okay. And when he passed, he says he was ready. He says it was fine with him. But when he passed, he had a friend about his age who passed before him, who was waiting there for him. But let's see if he's even going to say who it is. Name starts with an R. So he was like, he's like doing the bro handshake. I don't know, one of them knuckles, blah blah, that kind of a handshake. And then grabbing each other and patting each other on the back really hard, like, brother, hey brother, glad to meet you, or glad to see you again. I can't. Then they put their arms around each other, and now they're standing there facing me, but I can't see the other guy real well. But for some reason, he wants you to know that he was there to greet him. And the guy has kind of a straw hat, but not like a cowboy hat, not like a floppy sun straw hat, but kind of a, what kind of hat do I want to say? I don't know what they're called. I need to research hats sometimes, because they do that sometimes, and I don't know what they're called. I guess I need to make a list of hats. And then this, oh, sorry, I'm starting to itch. They get close to me, I start itching. Ah, that's their energy does that to me. So, oh, the guy he's with has round sunglasses on. He's kind of making a point of that. Maybe you've seen a picture of this guy. And they look like the ones John Lennon used to wear. Of course, you may be too young for that. When he was with Yoko. And then he points back and he says, and there's some others back behind us. So there was several there to greet him, but I'm not seeing, I'm not feeling family relationships. So I think these are all acquaintances and stuff. So he he says when he comes around that you're going to smell some type of smoke, and you'll get a whiff of it. And like I tell everybody, you can be in the store, outside, in your car, doesn't matter, home, where it doesn't matter where it's at. You get this whiff of smoke, know that that's him stepping in and saying, "Hi, I love you." Just popping in to say, check on you. So acknowledge him, tell him you love him, tell him you to bring you more, validate it, and then you'll see some other signs from him. If he didn't, he may tell us some more. It's up to him. I can't twist their arm. Okay, there's a little one. I don't know how many kids you have. I'm trying, don't creep anybody's Facebook page ahead of time, because it messes with what little logical mind I have. And he's ruffling this one's hair. The hair's kind of lighter colored. It looks like, anyway. That's what he's showing. And this, can't tell if it's a boy or girl. I'm just kind of seeing the top of the head. And this one sees him. Most little children and animals can see and hear them. Children will see them until they get to be a certain age, and they go, "Oh, this isn't going to be accepted by anybody. Somebody's going to call me crazy," or somebody tells them, "You can't have an imaginary friend. They're not real." Things like that. So when they're little, they don't know that they're going to be poo-pooed for it. They see them, totally open to it. So there's a pretty small one that sees him and interacts with him. So you might watch that one. They'll probably laugh at something that you don't see or wave at somebody that you don't see. Or especially like if they're in the next room playing and you hear them talking to somebody and there's nobody else in there, there is. He's hanging out. He's showing an older girl. At least teenager age, older teenager, or somewhere in there. And he's got his arm around her, and he's saying, it's like he's posing for a picture with her. And he's saying he was there at graduation. So whoever this is and wherever she graduated from, he was there with her. So they can come to your events. Somebody just had a birthday. Somebody right in your immediate family just had a birthday, and he was there for that too. You been having trouble with your car? Okay, now he's showing a lot of water. I don't know if this is the ocean or what. There's a Ferris wheel like on the beach or really close to the beach. And there's some other lights and stuff down there. We're kind of far away. I'm not close to it. It's like I'm up on a hill kind of looking down on it. And all I can see is the beach and the Ferris wheel and a lot of water. He's not saying why he's showing this, so I don't know if this is a memory that he took you to something like this, or you've recently gone to something like this with your kids or something. He's acknowledging that he knows it and he was there. He's he says you he says you recently lost a good friend that was a male. And, I lost it. You recently lost a good friend that was a male. Doesn't feel like a boyfriend. And he says they kind of passed each other up there. They kind of like high-fived as they went by each other. I mean, they're not hanging out together, but they saw each other. So he's acknowledging that he made it there. He's not telling me how this one passed either, so I honestly don't know who it is because I can only see the back of him. Higher ground. He's talking about you. You need to go to higher ground. Higher ground. I'm not sure what he means. Um, is it flooding up there? I'm not sure where you're at. Is it flooding where you're at? I almost feel like he means emotionally or in your life, or instead of literally going to higher ground because of a flood, it feels more like you need to go to higher ground as far as yourself. He says, you're beautiful just the way you are. You're gorgeous. Don't let anybody tell you different. And he's showing like people sticking pins in you, not like a voodoo doll, which I'm going to be making next week for a fun thing. Like people's opinions, they're like stuck in you like you're a pin cushion. It's like all these little pins, and he's actually poking pins. He says, and they're stuck in you, like all their opinions and thoughts. And literally, this will sound batshit crazy, but imagine this is my right side. Don't know if it makes any difference. Some videos look backwards. Imagine little pins, like push pins, stuck in you. Visualize that. Imagine pulling them out and putting them, handing them to an angel, putting them in an envelope, putting them in the trash can, whatever you want to, however you want to visualize it. I swear it helps. Pulling each one out that you can imagine, putting them in that, handing it to an angel, or asking a higher up to come and get it, or I know it sounds crazy. Swear. It's energy work. It works. He says you're not as hard as you think. So pull those pins out. We've all got some. And that's a really cool way to show it. I've not seen it shown like that. He says, then deep down you will start realizing how beautiful you are. He says you're angry about something that you need to let go. Angry about something. Okay, so when I ask him about your daughter, he's not telling me anything, and I can't make him. Usually, 90% of the time they'll answer the questions, but I can ask. I can't make him. He just says she needs to find her own way. He's not giving me any other answers about it. I'm not feeling anything good or bad either way. He keeps saying, dude, I don't know, he's talking to somebody that I cannot see. The dude, seriously, dude, step back. So evidently somebody else is trying to come through. You go, nope, my time. Not sharing. Yep, he's not saying anything. Hang on. Let me ask him something. Okay, so I asked him if he had anything else to say, and I could feel this. He walked over here, and I could feel this pressure back here. And he says, I want you to tell her I'm this close if she needs me. Tell her to call on me if she needs me. I can help her more now than I could when I was there. he's seriously standing close enough. It's like pushing on me. So they can hear you, they can see you. You can ask them for help. You have to ask. They cannot override your free will choice. So you have to ask. Then you have to be ready to allow whatever people they bring into your life or whatever doors they open or however it works. You may not see it at the moment, but you'll see later that it's the answer that you asked for, if it's in your best interest for your path in this life. He's saying dude again. Somebody being very pushy. Don't know who it is. It's a male. That's all I know. He's saying dude, seriously. Okay, so says he didn't have anything else to say. He says he feels like he's gotten his point across. So, gonna let him go. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. I don't know. I was gonna say something. Ooh, squirrel, it's gone. So anyway, much love to you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. See you later.